Whether you're watching TV, listening to music, or reading comic books, it seems the Bible always comes up. If you've wondered whether the authors and musicians are getting it right, we've got a resource for you. Kevin Harvey's new book is called All You Want to Know About the Bible and Pop Culture. And Kevin joins us now. Nice to have you here.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So what led you to write this book?
Well, haven't you ever noticed, that there's just so many different images or stories being told in different movies and TV shows, and of course lyrics of musicians, and sometimes you think it might be intentional. Sometimes I wonder if they realize that they're mimicking stories from the Bible, and so I wanted to dive into that and spend some time on that.
Okay, is there a part of your research where you found biblical value that we might be surprised about in pop culture?
Well, as far as surprising, probably with reality shows. At our house, we're big fans of different home renovation shows like Fixer Upper and Rehab Addict. Even my kids love watching those shows.
Yeah.
And every time I watch Fixer Upper, the tagline for that is, "Do you have the guts to take on a Fixer Upper?" And every time I hear that, I'm just thankful that God had the guts to take on me, in my opinion, the biggest fixer-upper of all. And so when I see shows like Fixer Upper and these others that where they're taking out old and replacing with the new, that's straight from the Bible, what God does with us. So I don't think they're doing that intentionally, but for me, it's a good picture of how God works in us.
All right, you like reality TV, right?
Yes,
Pop
absolutely.
culture. Are there any things that our audience might avoid that you still enjoy and you're able to find those nuggets in there like that?
Sure, there are some things that, I have young kids at home, so I know there are things that you just can't have on all the time, and so we might tend to avoid them ourselves. Recently on Netflix, there's a new show that they dropped called Daredevil, which is based on a comic book hero. And it's on Netflix, so it's not network television, so it's a little rougher than normal. There's some language and there's violence and everything, but in the end, Matt Murdock, the character who plays Daredevil, whether he's a lawyer or whether he's a superhero, he's acting as an advocate for people who can't defend themselves, and he is out there defending them. And so I think that there are things to watch. A show on NBC that I love is The Blacklist. So a character who is looking for redemption, looking for grace, and he's going about it in the wrong instances, but you see glimpse of the light inside of him.
Right. Do you draw a line? Are there any shows that you just say, no way, I'm not dealing with that?
Yes, absolutely. I do have a couple hard and fast rules, not too many, but I'm quick to not point them out because I know that there's plenty of things on my DVR's playlist that other people might flinch at, so I'm not going to flinch at yours.
So how do you feel about recent biblical adaptations like AD, The Bible Continues, and Marvel?
Right, I'm loving the new AD show. I've been live tweeting during the show, so that's a fun experience doing that during the show, and then I watch it again the next day just to enjoy for myself. And I got to tell you, they're doing a great job of that show. It's really well made, really well done, and the best thing about it is that it's pretty accurate. Unlike some of the things that we've seen on the movie screen lately, like Exodus and Noah, where they took some major liberties. What you're seeing on AD is very accurate, and they're following along the Book of Acts really well.
All right, Kevin, so nice to talk with you. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.